Welcome back to Jeff Talks Hoops. Today we're reacting to the Celtics-Sixers preseason game that just happened this Wednesday night. No Tatum or Brown for Boston, no Embiid or Harden for Philly, but that's all right. We still get to see Jrue Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis continue to acclimate to the Celtics team, and the Tyrese Maxey show in Philly continues. So without further ado, let's get into these highlights. Shout out House of Highlights for the quick turnaround, as always. Holiday, a little bit of a drop there, more of a slip. Al Horford continues to look as agile and young as ever at 37 years of age. Very impressive. Tobias Harris, the Sixers are going to need him to step up as a scorer this season. Can't have a repeat of last year. Tyrese Maxey, right back at it. This dude has been on a tear this preseason, and they're going to need that. I mean, James Harden should be on his way to the Clippers tonight because they cannot afford to take the ball out of this guy's hands. That's a tough floater. They cannot afford to take the ball out of his hands in the backcourt. Obviously, Embiid is going to be one of the highest usage rate guys in the league, but Maxey needs the ball in his hands a lot more. Jrue Holiday pull-up three, 40% three-point shooters last couple of years in Milwaukee. Obviously not in the playoffs, but Boston will take that over what they were getting with Marcus Smart the last few years. Maxey back at it. It's too easy. No resistance. Delano Ben's not doing anything there. Speaking of no resistance, Jrue Holiday knifing his way in, looking a little more assertive than his debut a couple of nights ago against Philly. Danny Green still hitting corner threes at 45 years old or whatever it is. Delano Bannon. Danny Green again with a steal, scoop, and score. All right. Showing he still got something. Okay. Svi Mykhailiuk. I actually like that pickup for the Celtics. Not just a shooter. Payton Pritchard. Speaking of the guys who have been on a tear this preseason, Payton Pritchard entered this game having what? 49 points through 2 preseason games. I'm sure he's going to go off again. Step back 3. Picking up right where he left off. Pritchard again. There's Svi Mykhailiuk. I'm saying he's going to stick with the Celtics squad for his shooting, but he's more of a sneaky athlete than you think, and pretty good as a pick-and-roll primary ball handler. Danny Green making hustle plays. Kelly Oubre from 3 shot 31.9% from behind the arc last year. 20 points on 17 shots per game. Another 3. Kelly Oubre says, get me to a new location and I'll start hitting the 3 at a pretty consistent rate. All right, that would be huge for Philly if he can do that. Anthony Melton, good key rotational player for them. Derek White looks much bigger this year is the big thing, besides obviously the ball head, Jrue Holiday, looking much more comfortable tonight. But Derek White and Jrue Holiday, talk about an incredibly tough defensive backcourt, but both of those guys can score. Jaden Springer's looked good too for Philly. Good athlete. But yeah, Derek White looks much bigger. He's a little bit of a twig last season, just really long, and one there. Tough take, but you notice him at the line, and he looks like he's put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle, which is big. D-ball Paul. Good defense by Porzingis. Oh, that's pretty. In transition, Derek White, one of the best snap decision playmakers in the league. Just really high IQ. Kelly Oubre, and 1. That's what he's going to do. He averaged 20 last year for the Hornets on 17 shots. So, Porzingis from 3. I mean, you just look at it on paper, removing Rob Williams and adding Porzingis, the new dimension that gives the Celtics offensively. Defensively, he's not the player that Rob was or is in Portland now, but still a really good rim protector. The stats back that up. He's huge. Offensively, just adds something completely different to this Celtics team. Ooh, Pritchard, not sure you see that often from him. Quick hop step. Rare Maxey miss, it seems like. B-ball Paul, new contract, new Paul. That's a bad steal attempt. Paul Reed throwing the lob to Kelly. Okay. Looks like we might not get more of the Celtics starters here. Tyrese Maxey's still out there, though, and he's still getting buckets. I'm not sure how long we're going to see him for. Sam Hauser, good dish there, good steal by Cornette. The Celtics need Sam Hauser to be out there making his threes, and I know he did tonight. He's had a pretty rough start to preseason, but he hit his threes at an efficient clip tonight. Pritchard, time to start taking over. That's what he does. He shouldn't be out here in these garbage time minutes. Just got that 4-year, $30 million extension. Another one, a 3. Don't let that man get going. But the Celtics are going to be relying on him for 18 to 22 minutes a night, so he should not be out here with the garbage time guys. Neemias Queta getting active on the boards. I know a lot of fans in Sacramento were not happy to see him go. Celtics picked him up on a 2-way. There he is again. Rim running. Why is Tobias Harris out here in the fourth quarter? Just getting him some run? But against the Celtics fringe guys?
He's knocking down threes, and we will certainly take it.
He was a big spark. I mean,
a good dish there from J.D. Davis and Queta. Again, high energy guy. Can make an impact in limited minutes. Yeah, Butterfingers. Danny Green. There's Jaden Springer. Just hell of an athlete.
28th overall pick of your Sixers back.
Okay. That's nice. It would be nice if Jaden Springer could give them a little bit of that running the pick and roll. Because obviously, you know, Harden did that an incredible amount. I'm not saying he's going to be necessarily okay. Wenyen Gabriel, New England local kid, came over from South Sudan and Egypt. David Duke Jr.
But when it comes to Tyrese Maxey,
Like Jordan Walsh in the game. Celtics, the rookie.
Well, I think he is the one question mark, right? We know what he's
proceeds to get toasted immediately.
For you, what does that look like? Nick Nurse, when he was hired, was asked what
Terquavion Smith, this man, all he wants to do is pull threes, and if he can hit them at a relatively consistent rate, he's going to get on the floor, but when he's not hot, it's ugly. Kailu losing the ball there. Ooh, the lob. Celtics win this one. Didn't get to see the starters or any of the key rotational players. We'll stop that right there. Didn't get to see the starters or any of the key rotational players in the second half for Boston, but I do think that what we saw from them, they're starting to look a little bit more comfortable. Obviously, we'll see how they continue to fit when the Jays get back into the equation. They were resting tonight, but good game from the Celtics. We saw a lot from Payton Pritchard. We saw a lot from Tyrese Maxey as expected, and that's going to be needed for Philly if they're going to stay competitive this year after they inevitably trade James Harden. So exciting game there. Obviously, not as much juice when you don't have Embiid or the two Jays or Harden, even though he's going to get traded soon. But still exciting, fun to watch nonetheless. Thank you guys so much for watching with me. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow or the next couple of days with another reaction video.